Hello YouTube, Dylan Olson Art here with a new how to draw video. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you all how to draw Prince Naveen from The Princess and the Frog in his frog form because you don't see him in his human form throughout most of the movie. So get yourselves a nice piece of paper, get a good pencil, let's get started. We're going to draw his whole body this time since he's a frog and he's got a lot of shapes. So for the bottom of his head, we're going to start out with this little simple slanted sideways oval. Think of it's kind of like a watermelon. And then at the top of this oval shape, there's going to be kind of a triangle shape with a curved tip. Then I'm going to draw another, more of a, almost like a half oval shape at the bottom. This will be his body. And then we're going to draw his arms. We're going to plan them out with sticks and balls. And this arm that you see here, it's going to be like, we're going to have one arm sticking out and then another arm on his hip. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw these oval shapes. These will be his thighs. Then I'm going to put little balls for his knees. More sticks for his feet. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to put in our guidelines so that we know where his eyes will fall. And a line down the center to know where the middle of his face will be. And now we can go ahead and start drawing his eyes. We're going to make one eye bigger. And then we're going to make one eye a little smaller. This eye is going to be shaped a little bit like an egg or a teardrop. And this eye, it'll be like a simple little oval. Because we're going to give him a confident look. So we need to draw the eyelids. Because like I said, one eye smaller, one eye's... Actually, both eyes are going to be like this. These are the eyelids. And now we have to draw the eyebrows. And then this eyebrow is going to be like almost kind of moon-shaped or candy cane shaped. We've drawn eyebrows like these a bunch of times in these videos. And then you can shade those in black if you'd like. And then I'm going to then draw we're going to beef up the bottom line of his eyes. And then we're going to draw the lower eyelids. And then we're going to draw a line here for his nose. Give him some irises, pupils, some highlights. Then you can fill those pupils in black. And then we can define the rest of his face with this curve here. Here's that side of his face. And now let's draw his mouth. We are going to make him smile. So you got that. Get the dimples. And then we draw this big smile. Make sure it gets a little thin on the right side and thick on the left. We got to get his teeth in. There's the bottom teeth. If you want, you can put a little line there. You can shade in the inside of his mouth. So we got that. And then we can draw his chin that goes like this. And now we also need to draw his lower. We need to then draw the lower part of his body using these faint lines. This curve here. And then that connects all the way down to the lower part of his, from his neck here to the lower part of his body, like this. So I'm going to darken that in. You can put a little line right here. Now we need to draw his thighs. We're going to do his legs first before we get to his arms. So we'll draw these. They're almost like human thighs, except they have these two shapes right on top. One here and a bigger one here. And then you repeat a similar process, one here. So that's all the parts of his legs. Now we need to draw the lower parts, so we'll get his knees and his calves. They are a lot shaped a little bit similarly to human calves. So you got those. So here's that. So you have those. And now we need to draw his feet, his flapper feet. It'll be like drawing slippers, except there are 3 different legs. One will be bigger, just like that. And here's the same thing with the other leg. Then put a little line there. Now it is time to draw his arms. His arms, they get really thin on the biceps, and then they get really thick on the other end. So we'll draw this curve here, then a bigger curve around here. We're going to start and like I said, we're going to draw it on his hip. And he's got 3 fingers. Got a big point, big fingertip here. Here's the knuckle. Draw another finger on this side. Draw another finger that goes like this. You got that. And now it's time for the other hand. And it's going to be a little different. So here's a thin line here. Another thin line here. So you'll draw that. So we'll draw that. Then you'll get 1 finger here. It's like bump, like an S, then another S shape here. And then here's his thumb. It's almost like an antenna shape, or like something you would see on a puzzle. Then you're going to draw a straight curve here, 2 palm lines, up another finger line here, and 2 more fingers right here. Then maybe you could shade in the spots on his legs real lightly. And always use the side of your pencil, not the tip. You could also do the same thing with his eyelids. And then as a last touch, you might want to put a little shadow underneath him just to make sure show that he's standing on the ground or a lily pad and not floating in the middle of nowhere.
And there you have it. That is Prince Naveen in his frog form. I hope you all enjoyed this. Please make sure to like, subscribe for more, keep watching more of my videos, keep drawing from them, and I'll see you next time.